Hey, beautiful beings, it's Pride Month, and it only feels right to give you a little story time. This one's going to be my coming out story. And I have a few because I represent multiple identities and intersectionalities, but today we're talking about me coming out as bisexual. I knew I was bi when I was 12. I didn't know it was possible to be bisexual. And once I found out that it could be, that it was a thing, I reflected. I was like, oh, good for them. But also, I could see myself in that situation, liking women, liking men, girls and boys at the time, right? And when you find out language to describe who you are, there's a feeling you get. And I would call it alignment now. When you finally have words to express who you are, what you identify with, your values, you feel this sense of alignment. And finding out about being bisexual, that as an identity, was one of those moments for me. Now, that's me realizing for myself. That's not how I came out. I was out it, y'all. I confided in a family friend about my girlfriend at the time, and they told my parents. And my parents' initial reaction was, you can be gay or you can be straight, but you can't be both. And that haunted me for a little while. Like, there's nothing like being told by the people who you love and respect and want to do well by that something about yourself is wrong. And to be put in that moment, it wasn't a moment where I was ready to volunteer that information to my parents. And their response definitely strained our relationship, because in my head, I couldn't fathom how it was okay for me to like the same sex or the opposite sex, but I couldn't just like who I like. And ultimately, it's the foundation for a lot of like self doubt, fear of being sexual, fear of being sexy, fear of attracting and being attracted to many. And eventually I had to let that go. Because even though they couldn't understand what I was telling them, when I understood my identity, when I realized the alignment I had in my identity, I still had to live with it. And while they told me something of what could and couldn't be, I still had to figure out for myself how to live with this truth that I knew for myself when other people were telling me that couldn't be the truth. I think when we get into these situations where people are coming out and telling you about themselves, you have to realize most people know themselves better than other people. It's only very rare cases where you know someone much better than they know themselves. And even something as well intentioned as, I don't want to make your life harder, can wind up pushing you out of somebody's life, because to not see them in their truth means you can't it makes it harder for them to trust that you'll believe them the next time they find out something about themselves. And I wound up finding more stuff out about myself. So if you want to hear another story time about me coming out as non-binary, polyamorous, and a variety of other affinities I say I have for myself, follow me. I am Miss BB Creates. I am an artist, a entrepreneur. I am queer, I am Black, and I love myself. And I want everybody else to love themselves as well. That's why I call y'all beautiful beings. I am a beautiful being, and because I love myself, and I see myself in you, I love you as well. We are all beautiful beings. A lot of us have been hurt. A lot of us have been told that we don't know who we are. But no matter who you are, you have value and worth, and you have people out there who will value that as well. So no matter what you identify as, it is better to be yourself than for you to be gone. Happy Pride.